Here we are in Chapter 4 review, exercises numbers 36 through 43, and we're identifying the property. So over here, here's a short list of the properties. Commutative means to switch the order around. If you switch around a plus sign, it's the commutative property of addition, or you can do that with multiplication, that it doesn't actually matter which order you do that in. Associative, you move the parentheses. Again, if you're dealing with all plus signs, then it's the associative property of addition. If you're dealing with just multiplication, it's the associative property of multiplication. The identity for adding, so additive identity, is the number 0. That's what you add to everything, or it's invisible. It doesn't even matter. And with multiplication, it's the number 1. Those are the identities for addition and multiplication. And the inverses, it's the opposite, and that's a reciprocal. So that's what you reciprocal, like that, or 1 over the number. That's what you times by to get rid of a number. That's what you add to get rid of a number, and that's what inverses do, is get rid of it, make it go away. All right, so let's go through the properties here. 3 plus x plus 9 equals 3 plus x plus 9. And when I say it verbally, you can see nothing switched order. We are not commutative here. But you'll notice what did happen was the parentheses moved, and we're dealing with just plus signs. So bam, it's the associative property of addition. Okay, next one, number 37. 18x equals parentheses x minus 3. Notice that we didn't switch any orders. We actually took the 18x times the x, gives us 18x times x, or x to the second power, and then 18x times 3 is 54. So this was the distributive property right down here. That's what we did on that one, distributive. Okay, the next one, number 38. 8x plus 7t plus 9x equals 8x plus 9x plus 7t. It has parentheses, looks a lot like number 36, but notice what happened. These two switch places, and they switch places around a plus sign. So this is commutative because there was switching of places, and it switched around a plus sign. So the commutative property of addition. Number 39. Notice we're adding the two opposites to cancel them out. Yeah, that's the additive inverse, which just means, look, those two opposites went away to nothing. Okay, number 40, 5m 27 plus x. 27 plus x, 5m. Can you see that the 5m switched places and went to the back? So yeah, this was a multiplication sign, and they switched those two places. Switching places, that's commutative. Now, a little bit of worry here. Is it around a plus sign, or did they switch? No, they switched right here around that multiplication sign. So that is commutative of multiplication. Number 41. 6 times 1 equals 6. So they multiplied by something that didn't change its identity. Yeah, that was the multiplicative identity. Very similar thing happens right here. They are adding something that didn't change its identity. So they added something that allowed it to stay. Yeah, they times by 1, added 0, and you can see that right there. All right, the last one. 2x times 5m times 1 over n equals 2x times 5m times 1 over n. That's the same order. There's no commutative going on here. It looks like they took the parentheses and moved them from around those two to around these two. So they moved the parentheses to that. Moving the parentheses, and it's all multiplication here. So that is the associative property of multiplication. Great.